Alright guys, so we're back, and so this is part 2. So now I'm going to show you how you actually apply the harmonic minor scale. So if you don't know how to create or you don't know how to play the harmonic minor scale, go check out part 1, but we're pressing on again, and this is just going to be for those people that already know how to play it, but actually want to use it in a song or write a song revolving around a riff that they've written using the harmonic minor scale, okay? Here we go. So now we're looking at the first school of thought, where, as you can see on the back there, we've got, from before, we've got our C harmonic minor scale, okay, written in C. Now, all the letter names are there, and all the scale degrees are written underneath, okay? Now, the first sort of school of thought, this is for me, there's many other school of thoughts, but my first school of thought is, have a look at the C harmonic minor scale, okay? What first chord can you build up from the first degree, okay? That's my first school of thought. We'll get into the next ones later, okay? But you've got a C, you've got an E flat, and you've got a G as the 5th, and then as the 7th degree, you've got a B. Instantly, you're going to notice that with those 4 notes there, you're going to have a C minor triad, but it's going to have a major 7th, okay? If you don't know how to work out major 7ths, go back and watch part 1, alright? So you've got a C minor triad with a major 7. One of the chords that will work really well with the C harmonic minor scale is the C minor triad with a major 7th, or you can see it as this. C minor, major 7. Sometimes you'll see like a slash in between, or you may actually see it like this. C minor, and then brackets, major 7. So you may see C minor, major 7 without the brackets, you may see a slash in between the minor and major 7, or you may see, like I've just drawn up, the major 7 in brackets. Either way, it's the same chord, okay? It's specifying that the triad is minor, and that's the 3rd, the E flat, and that the 7th degree is major, okay? And that's B there. So that chord's going to work really well over C harmonic minor scale. And all we did was we took the first degree of the scale and we built up a chord from there. So that's my first way of sort of thinking about it. Now I'm going to show you the second. The second school of thought actually builds from the first school of thought, where you take each scale degree in the harmonic minor scale. It doesn't have to be the C harmonic minor scale. Whatever harmonic minor scale, you take the first, second, third, you take all the different degrees and you build up chords from each one. And so write that on the board. It's going to be a little tricky to see, so I'll say it out loud. But so you take each scale degree and you build up, start with building up triads, and then build up, 4-note chords, and then maybe even 5-note chords like ninths and things like that, okay? But here's what it would look like. Some people like to see things vertically, so I'll show you vertically and then I'll show you quickly horizontally. So what we've done is we've taken each scale degree from 1 to 8, and we've built up a triad, okay? So these are all notes that are still in the C harmonic minor scale. You've just taken each degree and built a triad. 3-note chord is a triad, okay? So we've got C minor, D diminished, E flat augmented, F minor, G major, A flat major, B diminished, and C minor. If you don't understand what those chords mean, a quick Google search and you'll be fine. Or you could watch this other video that I've got on creating different triads. You could basically think, I really want to write a song using the harmonic minor scale. I really want to practice soloing that scale, or I really just have a cool riff that's using a harmonic minor scale. How do I use it? Okay, well, whatever the harmonic minor scale, whether it's C or D or E or F, doesn't matter, whatever it is, if you write out all the note names, and you should know how to do that from part 1, build up triads, these are going to be what you're going to get. For the first degree, you're always going to get a minor triad. The second degree, you're always going to get diminished, and it just keeps going down. That's a rule. It's always going to be those chords in that particular order. I'll show you horizontally. Degree is just the same as the first. It's going to be minor again. So if you really want to practice this scale, one approach that you could take, and this is one I've used myself, is I just write a 4 or 5 chord song, just choosing any of those chords in any order. It doesn't matter. Really doesn't matter how the chord progression sounds as a whole. It's just a matter of you playing the C harmonic minor scale and seeing how it sounds, seeing how it sort of fits in the overall sort of tonality. So what I've done now is, for guys that are looking at extended chords or 4-note chords instead of the 3-note triads, I've written out the list of chords that you would find in a harmonic minor scale, like the diatonic. Hopefully this sort of shows you that you can write any sort of song using these chords in any particular order, and you can play the C harmonic minor scale over the top, and it's going to sound great. Some chords, it's going to sound different over the top than others, but they're all going to work, and they're going to work quite nicely. So, if you do want to practice this scale, and I definitely think you do, it's quite an interesting scale to listen to. I'd write a song, literally just pick random numbers, 1, 5, 3, 2. Maybe try that as a progression, and then see if you can record it somehow, or get a friend of yours to play it, and then try and play the harmonic minor scale over the top of that. It's just that easy. Now I know we've been focusing on the C harmonic minor scale, but all these chords will stay exactly the same. If you did the D harmonic minor scale, then all of these chords would just move up a tone. If you did the E harmonic minor scale, then they would all move up 2 tones, okay? Because you've moved the scale up 2 tones, but the chords would stay the same. It's all about the degree numbers. So the first degree is always going to be a minor triad with a major 7th, and the second degree, and so on and so on. It's always going to be this sort of rule when you're looking at building chords out of the scale degrees of a harmonic minor scale. Now I'll show you the third school of thought. Now the last sort of school of thought is one that's going to take, it could possibly take the most time, but you really don't have to put a lot of sort of thinking into it. If you're playing over sort of a fast metal or a rock sort of song, and there's heaps of power chords, 1 and 5, and they're all coming along really quickly, sometimes you're not going to know if there's a flattened third in there, or the flattened sixth. So what are you going to do? So I just try, whatever chord you're playing or the progression, I just try and bust out the harmonic minor scale and, try and play it in a few different places. Try like for example, you could try like a C harmonic minor scale, and then if that doesn't work, if you're playing an E chord, try an E harmonic minor scale. Just keep trying, and sort of your ear will develop to the point where you'll know where it is going to sort of fit in. Sometimes scales might not be allowed technically to work over something, but that's sometimes when you get some great results. So really just use your ear once you sort of know a bit of the theory and everything. Here's the last sort of way I look at things. Say you've got a progression. I've just written 3 chords. I haven't written like what the actual chords are. I've only written what type they are. It really doesn't matter. It's just an example. Say you've got like a major 7th chord, the next chord's a minor 7th, and finally you have a minor major 7th. As soon as you see that minor major 7th, you know that a harmonic minor scale is going to sound great. You instantly know that. So if you're soloing or sort of playing around, you could play a major scale there, you could play a minor scale like a pentatonic or something like that, and then as soon as you see the minor major 7th, you go bang, I'm going to put in a harmonic minor scale in there, and instantly it'll sort of lift your solo, and it'll sound really interesting. Heaps of people play major scale, heaps of people play pentatonic scales, but it's having these sort of different outbursts of different, maybe not so used scales like the harmonic minor scale. It'll really sort of bring your playing to life. And there's so many great shredders and everything that use the harmonic minor scale, and it's just another tool that you can chuck in your bag and bring out when you need it. But that's it for today. See you later.
Ow.